Hi guys. Today we are going to talk about habits. I hope you can learn a lot. It's not just English. I'm talking about English in terms of the tenses a little bit, and I'm talking about habits. So this is important because if you practice good habits in terms of learning English, then eventually you will get better at English. So the first step is to practice some good habits, and then once you start practicing a few good habits, and then if you keep doing this for maybe 21 days, they say it takes 21 days to engrave it into your body, and after 21 days, if you keep doing the same thing for 90 days, it will become second nature. So you don't have to think about it, it will happen automatically. So that's what we are trying to do, because if you practice some good habits in terms of life, in terms of English, in terms of everything. So we're not just talking about English, we're talking about the life. When I say life, it's your finances, it's your job, it's your family relationships, it's your health, it's everything. It's not just one thing. So if we change things according to our goal, where we want to be in. Say for example, someone wants to become rich. It's not just becoming rich, it's not just the money. You need to become rich in terms of happiness. So happiness comes from inside. So we need to see where we enjoy most. So we become happy. We need some freedom. We need financial independence, finance freedom, as well as we need to be spending happy life with our families. We need to be healthy in terms of to enjoy, because otherwise, say for example, you become rich, you have a lot of money, but you die in 2 years time. That's not good. So we need to look at all the aspects. So this is what I'm going to look at today. So let's jump into the topic. Topic is habits. So what are habits? We all have habits. We have good habits and bad habits. So it's about the habits that make the person good or bad. We say he's a bad guy, he's a bad person, but it's actually the habits are bad. So he's practicing the bad habits, he's practicing the good habits, or she is practicing the bad habits, or she is practicing the good habits. So whatever habits you have, people look at them, they think, oh, this person is bad. It's not the person, it's actually the habits. Let's look at how we can change this into achieving our goal of speaking English. So we have to apply this into our English speaking. First of all, what is a habit? A habit is something that you do every single day, every single time, without having to think. It happens automatically. You do repeatedly. It's your usual way of acting. So how do you go to sleep? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? How do you eat? How do you speak with someone? So all these are, how do you go to work? What time do you normally get to work? What time do you normally leave? How much time you take on your breaks? What do you do at work? So these are all habits. Some people have bad habits. They come late, they leave early, they spend a lot of time doing other stuff like reading newspapers, going on the internet, surfing, doing their own work rather than the job. So it's a lot of things. So these are bad habits. On the other hand, some people wake up late, some people stay too late, they don't go to bed on time. Some people, they don't have enough sleep, they just spend their time watching TV. They watch a lot of movies, maybe a lot of TV. Some people have so let's these are habits. We'll get to the bad habits and the good habits in a moment. So this is what habits, these are what habits are. So what are your good habits? Let's write down. Let's take a pen and paper, write down all the good habits you have. I'm sure you have plenty of good habits. I'm sure that's why you have a lot of friends around you. You have family, you have kids, maybe you have a spouse, and they love you for a reason, because you have good habits. They love your habits. So there are good habits as well as bad habits. So let's look at the good habits. Write down all the good habits you have, from the best to the even the slightest, the smallest good habit you have. Maybe even brushing teeth, that's a good habit. Some people don't even brush their teeth when they go to bed, things like that. So write them down. So this gives you some sort of confidence, some sort of motivation, energy to see, oh, I have all these qualities, these are good things. You need to look at the good things before you improve on the good things. Sometimes people are not motivated enough for a reason, because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they are that much valuable. They don't give themselves a huge value. Why? Because they don't know their value. There are people who are so frustrated, who are so stressed, they think I have got nothing, but they have quite a lot. If they analyze, if they see, if they look around, they have quite a lot. So for example, one of Dr. Norman Vincent Peale's Power of Positive Thinking book, he talks about a person who said, oh, I've lost everything, I've got nothing to live for, there's nothing that I have. And then Dr. Norman Vincent Peale asks him to, okay, let's sit down and write down what your values are, what your assets are. And he's like, I haven't got any assets. Oh, let's see, how is your health? And this guy says, oh, my health is good, I'm fit, I think I can live a good 10-20 years more. Okay, that's very good, that's an asset. Okay, how's your family, how's your wife? Oh, she loves me so much, she'll be there no matter what. So that's an asset. Okay, and then next, how's your family, how's your kids? Oh, they'll be with me, they love me so much. So these are assets, you can write them down. So that gives some sort of confidence. So that built him the confidence that he needed to get back on track. So likewise, we need to look at the strengths, we need to look at our good habits, we need to look at what we have before we can improve from there. So write them down, then look at them, read them, and then be proud that you have them. And then now let's go to the bad habits. We all have bad habits. One might be what you need to understand with regards to bad habits is you are the one who's deciding. I'm not saying these are good habits, I'm not saying these are bad habits. We all know what is right and what is wrong. We don't need to tell, we don't need to be told what is right and what is wrong. We know, we just don't do it. We just choose to do what we want to do. So let's choose the right thing. So look at the bad habits. Maybe drinking is a bad habit. If you think drinking is a bad habit, or drinking too much is a bad habit, maybe write it down. Maybe smoking is a bad habit. If you think smoking is a bad habit, write it down. Maybe you get angry, maybe that's a bad habit. Maybe you wake up late, maybe you watch too much TV, maybe that's a bad habit. Maybe you eat too much, maybe you don't eat healthy, maybe you eat a lot of takeaways, maybe you don't exercise enough. So maybe those are bad habits. So write them down and see what we can improve on. So we looked at the good habits, now the bad habits, all the bad habits that you have. I don't know what your bad habits are, and it's not my duty to correct you. I can only show you what is right and what is wrong, but you are the one who's deciding. I can only, like they say, you can only take the horse to the water, you can't make it drink. So like that, I hope you guys can understand. So what are your good habits? What are your bad habits? Maybe lots of sleeping, I don't know, you tell me. So decide on what are the good ones and what are the bad ones, and let's start working on things. We need to work on 4 things. The 4 things are, we need to look at the good habits, and we need to try and increase the number of good habits. Second one is we need to try and add a few more good habits into our life. And on the other hand, bad habits, we need to try and stop and reduce some of the bad habits. And then fourthly, we need to try and not add any more new bad habits into our life. So if we keep doing that, this is the training, this is the practice that we do, and then it'll improve you. So we're going to bring this into English. So this is the purpose. We are looking at the habits, we are improving our habits in terms of, so you need to look at it in terms of everything as a whole. So in terms of finance, so what are my finance good habits? What are my finance bad habits? Do I spend a lot on unnecessary things? Do I invest in the right places? Those are financial good habits, financial bad habits. And then family. Am I spending enough time with my family? Am I having a lot of arguments with my family? Am I not listening to my family members? So those are family. And exercise, maybe. Am I doing plenty of exercises? So that's one thing. And then what am I missing on exercises? Am I eating healthy? That's health. Am I eating junk food? So these you need to look at the things and you need to try and balance them out. But when it comes to English, this is the important thing. What are the good English habits you have? What are the bad English habits you have? Maybe you're watching TV, you're watching movies, you're watching English movies. It might be a good English habit. Maybe you listen to the news. That might be a good English habit. Maybe you read a lot of newspapers. That might be a good English habit. Maybe you listen to songs, English songs. That might be a good English habit. Maybe you listen to videos, English programs, English courses. That might be a good habit. Maybe you practice speaking English. Maybe you listen to audio books. That might be a good English habit. So on the other hand, what are the bad English habits? Maybe you're not spending enough time listening to English. Maybe you're watching movies with subtitles on, so you're just reading rather than listening to the pronunciation and the words and the phrases. So you're probably not learning from them. Maybe you're not spending enough time on courses. Maybe you're not spending enough money on courses. Maybe you need to spend a little bit more on resources. Maybe you're only trying to find free stuff for cheap. That might be also an effect, because in most of the books they say, in one of in Brian Tracy's No Excuses, in one of Brian Tracy's self-development, power of self-discipline. In this book, he talks about the investment that you do on yourself. So the more you invest, the more you develop, the better you become. So this is also very important. So he suggests that you spend 3% of your income on self-development. It doesn't have to be English. It can be anything, but at least 3%. 3% is the amount he suggests in investing on yourself. So you develop every single day, every single year, and it has a compounding effect on yourself. So that's something that you need to look into. And also he says that you look around, and if you have plenty of money, if you have everything you want, that means you have invested enough. But if you look around and if you don't have what you need, if you're lacking the knowledge, if you're lacking the development, if you're lacking money, if you're lacking everything, that means you haven't invested enough. So it's another way of looking at things. In the Bible, it says the law of sowing and reaping. As you sow shall you reap. And in the Buddhist Bible, which is the Tripitaka, it says the cause and effect theory, which is the same thing. So you look at what you have reaped so far. You look around and see what you have reaped so far. So that's what you have sown. So you can't blame on someone else. You have only yourself to blame on. So for things to change, like Jim Rohn used to say, so for things to change, you have to change. The things won't change otherwise. If you do the same things over and over again that you have been doing in the past 10 years, the same results will happen to you. Nothing will change. You will be in the same place. But if you want results to be changed, your results to be changed, then you have to change. So this is the change. Habits are what you're doing. When you change your habits, you change, and then the results will change. That's why it's very, very important. So let's try and change these habits. So this is the important thing about habits. Let's see how we can change the habits into improving English. So let's look at the different habits that we have. We have a lot of habits. So we need to spend time on speaking. We need to spend time on listening. We need to spend time on practicing phrases, practicing talking to someone. We need to spend time writing a little bit of something. So these are all good things. We need to spend time on vocabulary, improving the words that you know, the number of words. You can't have a limited number of words and talk with a lot of people, then you get stuck maybe, right? And then also the pronunciation. You need to improve on your pronunciation. You need to see if you're pronouncing the words correctly, and you need to change the way if you're pronouncing them incorrectly. So these are very, very important things. So this is how you improve your English. Now let's look at the habits that you had, or let's talk about some habits you have now. Okay, in the present tense. So we are learning about talking in present tense. So we are talking now. What are the habits? I go to the gym every day. I don't, but I'm saying you should. I wish I wish I went to the gym every day, but I don't go to the gym every day. But I walk 3 to 4 times a week. So maybe I walk about 4 miles 3 to 4 times a week. So that's a good habit. Let me tell you what good habits I have. I make the bed every single day as soon as I wake up. That's a good habit that I have. I try to eat healthy. I try to eat less takeaways, which is a good thing, which is a good habit. I try to do a video that improves my speaking. So I'm helping you, and this is helping me improve my confidence, improving my English skills as well. So I was like you guys. I wasn't born here. So I come from Sri Lanka. I was born in Sri Lanka. I moved to the UK. Now I'm speaking confidently, I'm speaking well, and I'm happy about my speaking. So that's why I'm trying to help you guys, because I know how it's like being not being able to speak fluently. It's gonna hold your career, it's gonna hold your wages, it's gonna hold your promotions in your company, interviews, everything. So I don't want you guys to go through the same as I went through. I'm trying to help you guys. So there is actually there is a Facebook group that I have. It's a private Facebook group. If you are keen on getting into the private Facebook group, please drop me a message. It's called Improve Your Communication Skills and Double Your Income. I will have the link underneath so that you can join if you like to, if you join. But the thing is, you have to, once you join the group, you have to start communicating, you have to start interacting with us. If you don't, then we will remove you, because we don't want a lot of people in the group. We want the people who are really keen to learn English. This is all free, there's no charge in there. So you can join the group, and we do videos, we do audios, we upload to the group. So it's a private group, so we look at other people's videos and audios, and then we comment on those things. So you can talk about topics. We give you topics every single week to talk about. So these are practices that we do. These are exercises that we do to help our members in the group. So I hope, if you think this is going to be important, this is going to help you, please join the group. And if you want to go further ahead, you can contact me. We have classes, we have courses for you guys. So if you want to, but the thing is, we only take a few. We want to make sure you achieve your target. We are goal oriented. So if you think you want to get to the next stage, we focus on your target, we make sure you achieve the target. So that's our goal, because we want to make sure we do the right thing, we do get you to the place where you want to get. It's going to cost you money. If you're happy to invest, then get in touch with me. I will book a call with you, a strategy call. Then I'll find out where you want to go, where you are now, and then we'll talk through how to get there and how much it's going to cost, and how we will bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to go. Getting back onto the topic, habits. So now I spoke about the habits I have now. I said I walk about 4 miles every week. I eat healthy. I try to, at least. I drink a lot of water. I wake up in the morning every single day. I make my bed every single day. I brush my teeth before I go to bed. So I create a video in English every single week. So these are my good habits. My bad habits, I drink a little bit here and there once in a while, but I think maybe it's a bad habit. I don't know. I don't smoke, which is a good habit, I guess. And I eat junk food here and there, so that's probably not good. So those are my bad habits. What else? I work hard. I go to bed late. That's probably a bad habit, because they say you need to go have enough sleep. I don't sleep. I hardly sleep before 12 o'clock, so which is not really good. Maybe in future I'll go to bed early. Let's see. Okay, so that's the present tense. Now let's go to the past tense, and let's talk about habits in terms of past tense. I used to drink a lot, so we can use the phrase used to. So you're talking about the past tense. You're talking about a habit that you had in the past. Okay, I used to drink a lot. I used to smoke. I didn't smoke, but I'm just saying for you to learn. I used to smoke. I used to eat a lot of junk food. I used to sleep a lot. I used to watch a lot of movies. I used to waste a lot of time. I used to hang around with people. I used to roam around. These are all examples of sentences that you can use, you can practice. So write your own sentences, then say them aloud, so you get used to saying them. So this is the most important thing. So you write the same sentence, and then you write the same sentence in the past tense, as in I used to do this. Or then now you write the same sentence in the simple present tense, saying I am doing this. I walk, I joke, I talk, I play, I eat, but with descriptive, saying I eat healthy these days. I walk 10 miles every week, kind of thing. So make the sentences, say them aloud, look at something, if you can, try to record them, because then you will get a clear picture of how you pronounce the words, how you say, how you look like. These are very important, because when you go outside and speak to someone, you don't need to send it to us, but if you do this, it will help you to improve. You look at yourself, oh, this looks terrible, and then you improve a little bit by bit. That's what you need to do. And then what we are trying to do is, in 21 days you're gonna get used to these. They're gonna get engraved in your body, in your brain, in your heart, and then after maybe 90 days, it doesn't take 90 days, maximum 90 days it says, so maybe 30 days, 45 days, you'll get them as habits, and then you become really good at speaking English, as well as you become a developed person. You become a good person. You become a person that people like more, because it's the habits that people like, not you. They say I like him, but actually if someone likes another person, that person will never not like that person. But sometimes, you have friends and then they become enemies. Why? Because they change the habits, they change the way, they change. Because what happens is, this person, the first person thinks, oh, this guy is someone like this, but then realizes, oh, he's not someone like this. Then he becomes an enemy, he becomes unfriendly with that person because his thought was different. So it's the same thing. It's all about habits. So if we practice good habits and we will become good people. People will tend to like you. So it's all about becoming a good person as well as becoming fluent in English. It's not just one thing we're covering everything, but we hope this will help you in terms of English, in terms of self-development, in terms of finances, in terms of family, in terms of fitness and everything, health. So I hope you guys will join my Facebook group. I have a YouTube channel as well. I will share the link on my Facebook group. When you join the Facebook group, I have a YouTube channel as well, so you can join the YouTube channel if you like to. If you can subscribe, and then I will share a lot of self-development stuff in the YouTube channel. I also talk about book summaries and things like that. So I summarize books, and I talk about the books, so you don't have to spend hours reading the book. You get the gist of the book in 5 minutes. So that's the point of doing that. So I'll hope to see you guys again in my second video. If you want to if you think you need to improve English, if you want to discuss about how to improve, if you want to if you have a goal, if you want to achieve a goal, please feel free to send me a message. We can arrange a call with you. Maybe me or my colleagues will arrange a call and then see how we can get you there into where you want to be. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will practice these and get better at speaking English. And I will do another lesson pretty soon, hopefully. So until then, take care.